Okay, you can choose which ones you want. I'm going to tell you the options.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for taking money from my wife's fun account to pay for my computer that she broke? Am I the asshole for changing my mind about merging finances with my fiance? I found out on Thanksgiving that my husband has a secret bank account. I'm not sure what to do.
I'm interested about that secret bank account. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is so fun. Okay.
Show me the money.
I found out on Thanksgiving that my husband had a secret bank account. I'm not sure what to do. My husband, 36 male, and I, 32 female, have been married for a year and a half. We dated for 8 years. I broke up with him 3 months before we were married because of financial issues. He's terrible with money and has unnecessary debt. For example, he didn't make a single student loan payment for 2 years because he didn't know he had to. The deal was we needed to figure out our finances/debt before I wanted to get married. He kept putting it off until the wedding was 3 months away. I was frantic and told him that we needed to get this figured out. He told me we could do it after the wedding. I was not okay with that. Long story short, we got in a fight. His friend said that I was being unreasonable, so he wouldn't meet me in the middle. So I called off the wedding. We then broke up a few weeks later. When we were broken up, he was devastated. He begged me to go to counseling and said he'd do anything to make this right. I was furious that he didn't make this a priority until now. We had a 2-year-old daughter. She was miserable going back and forth between houses. He was trying, and I decided for the sake of our child to give it another chance. We dated another 2 years and decided to get married. He told me the only debt he currently had was his student loan, $44,000. Well, 2 months after the wedding, so about 1 year ago, I was excited to get debts paid off and start preparing financially for the future. I signed on to his Credit Karma account and saw that he had almost $5,000 on a credit card that had been slowly accruing interest the past year. He was late on over half the payments. Not only that, but he owed the IRS $28,000 for his taxes that he had still not paid. I confronted him about it and was furious he didn't tell me about it. He said he didn't know. I told him how could he not know? He said he thought it was way less. He didn't save any money from his job for taxes that entire year. I was devastated. I just graduated with my master's degree and my employer gave me $5,900 to pay for my final semester. I had also saved a $6,000 college fund for our daughter and another $5,000 to a savings to pay off my school. We had not yet combined accounts, and all of this money was from overtime at my job. I sobbed. We had no savings, no retirement, and just when I thought I was making progress, I have all of this surprise debt. I never had credit card debt and worked 3 jobs in college to pay off my loans. I was so close to paying my loan debt off. I used the combined $16,900 to pay off his credit card and the rest of his taxes. He's a contractor, and the next few months he picked up extra work and promised me he'd have enough to pay it off, which he claimed happened this last January. Fast forward to this year, we've been making a ton of money. The only debt we have are our student loans. I've been picking up 15 to 20 extra trauma shifts a month at the hospital since July to pay off our loans when the payment pause stops in January. I've been able to save $40,000 in a bank account since then. I felt amazing. I worked so hard and see an end in sight. Yesterday, Thanksgiving, I was going through the mail when I saw a bank statement for my husband from a bank I didn't recognize. I opened it and he had a checking account with $2,000 in it. There were 3 to 4 eating out purchases on it each week for October and November. When I confronted him, he said it was an old account and he forgot he even had it. I asked why there were weekly purchases on it, if that was true. He kept lying and I finally snapped. I told him if he didn't tell me the truth, I was going to lose it. He confessed he still hadn't paid off his taxes and still owed $6,000. He had been using the account to make monthly payments to the IRS because he thought I'd be mad. He also had another $2,800 balance on one of his credit cards. I lost it. I screamed and cried. We have been making a ton of money. He's been taking a trip every month with his coworkers, $1,000 to $2,000 trips. We've been eating out. We just bought him a truck. I've been frugal and killing myself with these extra shifts. There was absolutely no excuse why this was not paid off. I don't know what to do. I'm so upset. He was supposed to go on a trip with his friend to go hunting this weekend. I told him to get the hotel refunded. He is not going anywhere. I don't know what to do. I don't trust him with money. I'm such an idiot. I absolutely freaked out. Now I feel guilty I overreacted. I'm not sure how to think or feel.
No, I don't think she's overreacting
Not
at all.
I think she's underreacting.
Yeah, me too. No. Does he have like a gambling addiction or anything? Like, where is this?
I think she would know if he had a gambling addiction. I think he just doesn't understand how to save money and how to live within your means.
Yeah, but you know, when you're married to someone and like that is spilling over into your own life, you have kids.
Yeah.
All of that, like that's a reflection of you at that point. You know what I mean? It's not about like I can't save money. We all love to spend, believe me, you know, but like when at the end of the day, if you're taking care of someone and you're responsible for someone else, it's reflecting on your character.
It's like she got back together with him. They broke up because of this problem, his financial illiteracy. And then they got back together because he was trying. But it's like, I'm not trying to blame OP for getting back together with him, but shouldn't they have figured out a solution to the problem other than just he's trying? Because it's like he showed you who he was for 8 years. He had thousands, tens of thousands of dollars of debt of all different kinds that he owed, and she paid all of it off. And it's like, how is that going to help him other than just showing him that when he makes dumbass decisions, she's going to save his ass?
Right. Yeah, no. And that just spills over into you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that'll then in turn eventually affect like your credit score and this and that. And like,
oh my God, I'd be so mad.
Yeah, me too. I'd flip. No way.
I would set non-negotiables immediately. Like, I'm not taking on any more shifts, any more overtime, or whatever she wants to work for herself, she can. But no more overtime that would be going into joint accounts or going to debt that he accrued. I would force him to figure it out. And I would divorce him if he didn't get his shit together in the next month and have a solid plan, like written down on paper about how you're going to pay back these debts every single month and how many hours it's going to take you to work to pay back these debts and set that weekly amount and set up a payment plan.
And get a financial advisor, all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he has to do it. And if he doesn't do it, I would absolutely walk out the door.
Me too.
I hate it when people don't know how to handle themselves.
You can't mess around with money in debt. Like, you cannot.
No.
And the IRS, like, they will take everything of yours. And you're married to that man. They'll come for your stuff next. They don't stop. They don't care. The IRS sees you as a number.
That's
you know what
so
I mean?
true.
Like, they don't give a shit. They'll take your car. They'll take your house.
Yeah.
Everything. No.
I was going to say nothing. This is dramatic, but like almost nothing is more of a turnoff than financial illiteracy or the lack of being able to handle yourself and your money. And then when someone is able to handle their money and live their own life, I'm like, damn, that is like the number one thing I look for in a person is like, are you able to function as an individual and be a human and be able to pay taxes and invest wisely so that you can set up a fulfilling life for yourself? And it's like sad that money is so important because it's like, oh, you don't need money to be happy. But it's like money buys freedom in our world. And I am very freedom driven. Therefore, I'm very money driven. So I'm like, I just wouldn't even put up with this shit. I couldn't date someone for 8 years and have a kid with them if they were that financially illiterate. Like,
no, me
what?
either. And I just think too, like, not even the money part of it. I think it ties into like motivation in general.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like, you're not motivated to make money. Like, what are you like? Like, are you, I don't know. I think like, are they going to do laundry? Are they going to do this? Like, where is the drive to do anything?
Yeah.
Like, showing up and doing your job is almost basic for me. You know what I mean? And we've talked about this before. Like, I feel like we're like kind of like paper chasers. Like, I like making money. Like, I love it. You know what I mean? I have 2 jobs. Like, I enjoy making money, but like, I also just think in general, me as a person, I'm a motivated person. You know what I mean? Like, I keep a clean house. I do this. I like to cook for myself. I like to do this. Like, and that motivation is like, it's going to spill over. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be motivated for your house. Like, anything, God forbid, were to happen to you, think about your daughter.
No, that's so true.
You know what I mean? Right? Because they have a kid. Did they have a kid?
They have a 2-year-old daughter.
Yeah, think about your daughter. Like, if anything were to happen to you, this man is not responsible enough to take care of himself.
Yes.
Never mind your daughter.
Yeah.
Who's going to put food on the table?
Totally.
That's the part that would get me mad.
Yeah. And then it's like, on top of just laziness, it's like, is it laziness or is it just you're straight up dumb? Because we live in the United States. She was using the IRS. I'm going to assume that they live here. You live in the United States. You know that you have to pay taxes. Like, anyone that has common sense would know that you have to pay taxes and you can't spend every dollar that you make.
Yeah, when you're a contractor especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do is it reflecting on just his intelligence? Like, is he actually missing something that he doesn't know that he needs to pay taxes?
Right.
Or is he just lazy and all of the like, oh, I didn't know, I had to pay it, those are excuses? Because it's like, I mean, some people are just dumb, but like at the same time, how can you not know that you have to pay back a loan that you took out? Like, that's what loan means. So it's like, you're either incredibly lazy and you make excuses constantly, or you're incredibly unintelligent and you lack common sense.
Yeah.
Either of those is a turnoff, and both of them together is just a deal breaker for me.
Yeah. No, she's not in the wrong at all. I'd be flipping.
Yes. I feel so bad for her. I think she kind of underreacted, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think she had a right to go off way more than she did. And I think that she doesn't deserve to be with someone like this because they're draining her. She works so hard. She's done so much for him. And it's like, what is he doing for her?
Yeah, she's putting food on the table.
Yeah, exactly. While he's taking trips with his friends and she's paying off his debt.
And she's working 20 extra hours a month in the trauma unit.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
No.
Pack your bags and go to Aspen forever.
Yeah, bring your daughter with you.
No, leave the daughter here. Leave your daughter here. Wait. You don't want to help her? Leave her here.
Wait, leave the daughter with
mom.
Oh my God, I'm saying for the mom to go to Aspen.
Oh yeah, I meant like him like going on a trip with his boys or whatever. Go ahead, go on the trip and don't come back.
Oh yeah.
Don't come back.
I'd be making my own bank accounts.
Yeah.
And not putting $1 into his.
No, yeah, I'd be the next one hiding my money then.
Yep.
And like she said, she put 40 grand away or something like that. Like
40 grand.
I'd be like, you're not touching that 40 grand.
Hell no.
Nope.
Hell no.
Keep your dirty paws off the 40 grand.
So
you lazy rat.
Imagine how many shifts you have to work as a nurse to make 40 grand in just a few months.
Yeah.
Like, she works so much. She doesn't deserve this.
Nope.
The top comment was, do something. Firstly, try and secure your own accounts and debts. Better safe than sorry. Secondly, it's okay. You shouldn't feel guilty for confronting a problem he keeps forgetting about. Oh my God, she shouldn't feel guilty at all.
No.
Not one
guilt.
hint of guilt.
He should feel guilty.
Yes. Thirdly, take care of yourself. Don't do extra shifts that exhaust you because he needs the money or because he keeps forgetting to pay his debts. Facts. Fourthly, how many people is he taking on these restaurant trips? What even is there that costs $1,000? She basically is saying that he writes all of his meals off as business expenses because he's a contractor, so they can go out to eat. And then he just is like, oh, it's a business expense. You can't even fully write off food, by the way, at least not in the state of Pennsylvania. 50% of food is written off if it's actually a business expense. Oh my God, I just hate this guy.
Yeah,
like, you own a business and you don't understand how money works? You don't understand that you have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I can't deal with people like this.
No.
Yeah. I feel like nothing else is relevant in the comments. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I feel bad for her.
Me too.
Horrible.
Yeah.